I'm Spanish. So
you're Spanish. Okay.
Soy de España.
There, gotcha.
Yeah, so.
Gotcha. Well, I wanted to ask you this because I'm going to play you one more piece of audio. As being a Spanish man, somebody on Fox News named Charlie Hurt can't seem to understand why Barack Obama, a black man, won't vote for Winsome Sears, who happens to be a lunatic black right-winger Republican. And I find it to be so racist. Just have a listen to this clip. It's
sure
crazy.
I know where this is going.
Crazy.
You know, you raise a really important point, and I really honestly do not understand it, because we did go through years of lectures about how important it was to vote for Barack Obama to be this historic first black candidate. And then afterwards, we were told that this was the greatest thing and it was going to solve all these problems. Yes. Of course, it didn't. And in fact, polls show that over the 8 years of his presidency, race relations actually deteriorated badly in this country. And then for him to have an opportunity to help out the first black female governor, by the way, of a state that elected the first black governor in the United States, explain to me what are we missing? How does this? I can't square this.
Yeah, you can't square it because it doesn't make any sense. I told you these people are for nonsense. If I have to tell you that water is wet, then what are we talking about? We don't even have a means to come to some agreement. The Democrats, as far as I see, they continue to fight the Civil War. Everything is racism. Everything is color. Everything is this issue. Well, here I am, an immigrant to this wonderful country, and I am dispelling all of those narratives that, no, there are opportunities in America if you avail yourself of them, because I'm the one whose father came to America with only $1.75.
Okay, so it appears as though she's saying, why won't Democrats do identity politics to support me? I'm black. Why won't Barack Obama support you? Barack Obama won't support you because you're a buffoon, and that has nothing to do with the color of your skin. You're a right-wing MAGA moron is what you are. That's my opinion. But what do you make of this as a Spanish man yourself?
Well, first and foremost, I don't just identify myself as one thing, right? I'm a human being is probably the most common answer. So when people like to use identity politics, it's honestly not my favorite, right? Because in this particular case, this woman is trying to leverage her identity and saying, well, why isn't this other person who should be identifying similar as me should be supportive of me? Because then it's just like painting with a broad brush.
Right.
That's a logical bias nature.
It's insane. And this is what they blame Democrats for. And then you have this moron on Newsmax, or I'm sorry, Fox News, two of the same, in my opinion. They're not news organizations. And he can't seem to square why Obama won't support her. Just basing it on skin color, which is so stupid. I'm white. I mean, I love Barack Obama, okay?
Sure.
I would support any black candidate. I don't care what the color of their skin is if they're a decent person.
So not by the color of my skin, but the content of my character. So what is your character revealing about you? Yeah. And if you are truly supposed to be against identity politics, then why are you using the argument of identity politics?
Insane. So, Gabriel, I wanted to ask you this. How is it possible that we are living in a country, as they wear my MAGA bichos hat, how is it possible we are, am I saying that right, by the way?
MAGA bicho. Yep.
MAGA bicho, okay. How is it possible that we are living in a country where we allow, and so many Americans vote for, a 34-count felon, adjudicated rapist, who has 25 women who have accused him of rape or sexual assault, including his ex-wife in court documents, a guy who's been sued thousands of times, discrimination lawsuits because he didn't want black people living in his buildings in Manhattan. Yeah. He attacks POWs, Gold Star families. Yep. He attacks people of color. I mean, I don't even care about policy at this point. I don't agree with a lot of his policies, but from a human being standpoint, as you just said, how does this guy get to where he is now as the president twice?
Well, I explained his first term and even the second term is like, if you've been in a bad relationship and you go to the club and somebody goes and hits on you and tells you, oh, you look gorgeous, I'm going to provide everything that you're looking for. When you're in a bad place already and somebody's telling you what you want to hear, you're inclined to listen. Okay, so regardless of all the red flags that may exist and all the red flags that came with his first term, Kamala Harris was not offering a real path from the direction and experience that Americans were faced with, right? Because remember, she said nothing will fundamentally change with her.
I think she made a mistake. I think she made a mistake when she said that.